Guys, I think Chip got his head stuck in the fence for the first time. It looks like he's learned a thing or two from our old Shirley bird. I'm not 100% positive if his head's stuck, but I'm pretty sure it is because his neck looks kind of fat. His neck looks a lot more beefy than his sister's neck does. So, oh no, Sophia, that was mean. Hey, don't hit a man while he's down. He might get you back for that when he gets out of there. That was not cool. Why do they always do that for? I don't know if they're trying to help when they headbutt a goat that's stuck, but that was just mean right there. That was plain mean. That makes sense why they were making noise at me. Both of them, Chip and Roxy, were going bang at me over and over and over, and I had no idea why. So I came in, and that's kind of when I realized that, oh, Chip might be stuck. You know, you're a good little sister for trying to get my attention to help him out. Roxy is such a considerate soul, guys. She was there when Brady was stuck in between the hay in that barn right there. She was trying to get our attention, and she came there to console him when we got him out. And then also, right now, she's right here at the side of her little brother, or her not so little brother who's stuck. So let's go ahead and get him out of here.
Are you about to do a rescue?
Yeah.
I don't want to embarrass Chip, but this is not the first time he's been rescued.
Really?
This is not the first time, even today. Trudy will try to help, though.
Well, I can see why right here. If you come close, you can see why he got stuck. See right here on the ground?
Oh, no. That's where Carl spilt his food yesterday.
Is this where he's gotten stuck multiple times?
It actually is. Everywhere that Carl eats. Yeah, that's... so it'd be kind of partially Carl's fault. Oh, Chippy, the only problem with him is that he'll put the brakes on. And when the brakes go on, it's hard to make him back up.
Well, I can at least try.
No, try.
His neck is so big, though, compared to, like, even his sister.
See how you put the brakes on?
Yeah. This is like a smaller little area, too.
Hold on, Ellie. There's something bizarre going on there with Pig Newton and Dan. There he goes.
You got it.
Take your shoe. And your shoes are nice. Let me try to spread some of that seed out a little bit. So here you go, Ellie. There's something going on with Pig Newton over there. It's kind of funny. I don't know what's going on with him and Danny.
Okay. This is like Pig Trudy and Imogene that one time. Oh no, I ruined it. No, Dan, pretend I'm not here. Go back to what you're doing. I'm not here. I'm invisible. Whoosh. It doesn't work like that, I don't think. But look at them though. They're happy to be reunited. Come on, Chip. Better not be getting your head stuck anymore, dude. We don't want you to end up like old Shirley bird. Old Shirley bird over there. Lacking a few brain cells. You coming to give thanks, Roxy? You're welcome, sweetheart. Evidently, if he's been stuck multiple times a day, then my dad probably saved him once before. You're a good girl, Roxy. She's a good sister, you guys. She's a really good sister.
All right, you guys know that Ellie and I do not hunt. I've not been involved in hunting for years, and I think that Ellie and I feel the same way. We'd rather shoot a man than shoot a deer. What we have, though, is a deer stand. This has been sitting here for years, and I'm trying to sit here and teach Ellie something. So, Ellie, do you see the stand up there? You don't have to go all the way up because it's kind of wet.
Yes.
But kind of turn around and look. So turn around the way you'd be sitting if you were up there. You'd be leaning against the back of that tree. You'd lean your back against that tree. Okay. And from that vantage point, and of course you'd be up about 6 foot higher, you can look to the left and to the right. And you see that field in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now walk over here with me for a second. I want to show you something. This is a very important life lesson. And even though we don't hunt now, if we ever did, this is something you have to know about. All right, so we've always had this pasture over here. We used to keep it mowed out really good. We'd even plant some ryegrass or some oats out through there. The reason we plant ryegrass and oats is because they grow in the wintertime, okay, when everything else dies. Because we used to always have ryegrass and oats planted here, when everything else was kind of dead, this would attract deer. And so pretty much you could come out here any morning around 4:30 or 5 in the morning, climb up into that deer stand and wait. Now here's the thing you got to think about though. Which direction is the wind blowing? Because you always have to be downwind from a deer. Because if you're upwind from a deer, the wind blows across, it blows across you and it goes to the deer. Guess what? They're going to know that you're there. No matter how quiet you are, no matter, you may not make a sound, you may not move a muscle, but the deer can smell you. There's not much you can do to prevent that. So what you do is you make sure that you set your deer stand, because that deer stand does move. It moves to any tree you want to move it to. Okay, it's not very heavy. It drags behind your side-by-side of your four-wheeler. So what you would do is you would take that deer stand downwind from the deer. So for example, if the wind was blowing this way, you would not want to have the deer stand over there, because any deer that come into this flat in this pasture would smell you.
I think it'd be easier to say that you want the wind going with the deer.
Well, the thing is, you don't know where the deer are going to come out of the woods from, though. So what you have to do is make sure the deer stand is in a spot where if the deer come out anywhere, you have a clear range, a clear shot across the pasture. And it's about 300 yards of a pasture over here, so it's not going to be a horrible, hard shot to make. But you have to make sure the deer don't smell you.
So why is it there then? So that if the wind was going this way, that the trees would block it off?
So the reason that it was set there, and I'm not sure who hunted that stand last. We have several stands like that set up in the woods. But I'm guessing that whoever set that stand did it for hogs, not for deer. And same thing, same concept, except you'd put, if you were hunting for hogs, you'd put all of your corn and they would sour some corn, put it here somewhere close, and you would wait. Those hogs would come across this flat, and they would begin to congregate around your corn. And that right there might be a straight shot over to here somewhere where your hogs might be. That wouldn't be the best shot for a deer, because you'd have that one big tree in your view. And but the thing, what I'm trying to say is, if you ever have to deer hunt, and you ever have to, or hunt for anything really, you want to be downwind from the animals, not upwind. You get what I'm saying?
It makes more sense to say like against or with wind, because of football terms.
You want to be against the wind, you're saying?
Yeah.
You want to be against the wind. So if I was a deer and I'm over here, which way would you want the wind to be blowing? Wrong. Oh, yes. From me to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because that way, if it was blowing the other way, the deer would smell you. Okay. A little bit of a life lesson for guys who don't hunt and never intend to hunt. But if there was some kind of a world collapse and we had to forage or hunt, guess what? Now you've learned something.